What the fuck is going on in the UK?
So a lot of people are really angry about this this video. I haven't seen it. I just saw a clip of it. So let's go ahead and watch it. Here we go.
Death to the IDF.
Well, that escalated quickly, didn't it, guys? Damn. There's like a whole crowd of people. Wait, where is this? Where is this? Oh my lord. In UK?
How does this guy not get like in trouble for hate speech, right?
Yeah,
because
what the
like
hell?
I mean, I feel like in general, like the UK, don't they have like a bunch of laws against this? Isn't this guy gonna get in trouble?
Wait, isn't the laws are way worse in like the UK when it comes to hate speech stuff. So how does this not count? They're literally calling for physical violence against people. You know what happened? What happened to the knocking on your door like late at night because you posted some mean things online? This is real?
They have like a bunch of laws.
Are you sure this isn't AI?
Against this? Isn't this guy gonna get in trouble?
He said, heard you want your country back? Shut the fuck up. Bro.
Heard you want your country back. You can't have that. Heard you want your country back. Ha! Shut the fuck up. Heard you want your country back. Shit, me too. Heard you want your country back. Shut the fuck up. Heard you want your country back.
This country was built on the backs of immigrants. Why are these people trying to bring about a race war so badly? Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, what are...
I never want to hear these people talk shit about any of our mumble rappers after this. You literally have spent 30 seconds saying the exact same 2 fucking lines. This is crazy. Like, it's no wonder we don't hear about any of these hip-hop artists.
This is what I said, guys. It's like they're always the most racist people. If they're talking about like how tolerant they are, and if this is constantly what they talk about all the time, they're always the least tolerant people. Almost all the time. In fact, there is an inverse correlation, I'm pretty sure, with amount of virtue signaling to vileness. It's like it's directly related. This is crazy.
It's from the UK, bro. Compare this guy, like,
dude. If you did this shit in China, you'd be fucking dead. I'm just saying. Can you imagine if this happened in China? This guy would be dead. They drag his ass out back. It'd be over for him. Yeah.
This is embarrassing.
Dude, look at all the flags flying, dude. This is like this is in UK, bro. You guys are like fucking invaded. This is unreal. Like, what is this? This is crazy.
Guys, surely nothing bad is ever going to come of this.
Oh my god. My mom was right to bring me wine at the start of this stream.
Surely there will never be a negative reaction to this ever, right? I mean, there's no way that could ever happen. I mean, yeah, this is just probably an isolated incident, and that's it. Look at the ticket prices. I don't even know how much it is. I have no idea how much it is. But I think that you're seeing Europeans get, like, you're going to be starting to see Europeans, and especially people from, like, the UK, I think some of the Nordic countries, and Germany, you're going to, I hope, hopefully.
Thank you for the bits, brother. Have a seal, man. They're too weak to carry. I don't know.
Not Germany. I mean, we've already had that happen before. But we're gonna start seeing them become radicalized at an extremely fast ratio. And when it happens, everybody is going to say, "Oh my God, who could have predicted this? Oh my God, how did we get here? Oh my God, why is this happening?"
We saw this all coming from like a mile away. We've been talking about this for years.
And anybody who's been on the internet will know the exact answer to that. And all of the Karens.
And guys, like, you know, I'm not for this. I'm for you. Like, I actually want us to be able to move past our racial differences and, you know, make a better society where none of that matters. And all that matters is like what ideals we hold in our heart. That's what I care about. That's what I think is important. That's the diversity in terms of like your ethnicity doesn't matter to me at all. Diversity in terms of your ethnicity, your interests, your style, all of these things, I don't think they don't matter to me. What I want, well, no, sorry, I don't mean that they don't matter to me. Those are the ones that I think are good. Sorry, I misspoke. That's what I think is good. Those are the things I want. People having their different interests, people having, you know, their different styles. That's what I like. It's fine if people are also ethnically diverse. There's nothing wrong with that. But we need to have a point of unity that we can all rally behind. And that unity is going to be you know, the ideals of like the culture that we share, right? The ideas that we share, I think, in terms of like our ethical ideas, that's the important part, right? Like this is
Mainstream
like
media.
this, they have nothing in common. Like they want, like, literally, like this guy is calling for like, you know, this guy is calling for death. This guy is saying like, you know, heard you want your country back. Shut the fuck up. You know, is that what he said? It's something along those lines, right? It's like this guy is trying to create like an actual like racial. He's these people are creating racial tension, and I hate this because, you know, I want us to be able to rally together around our ideas, right? Like this is sick.
Will be very, very confused. And that's it. It'll be cheered on. Yeah, isn't this a challenge? Well, I don't know if it's a challenge. Like, it's probably just a fucking song, right? I mean, I don't give a fuck about like UK politics, right? Or anything like this. But the issue is that when you have somebody who's writing songs like this, they're flying foreign flags, etc.
Yep.
This is going to radicalize
Like
the...
what like they're in the UK, right? Guys, this is like the equivalent of like you have a person, right, who's like a friend of a friend or something like that. And they go, you know, they need a place to live. Like, you know, they're kind of down on their luck. And like, you know, their house is like, you know, there was a fight at the house. Like this is literally, guys, this is literally what happened. Okay. Yeah, guys, like, you know, there was a crackhead fight at his house. And now the house got burned down and he has nowhere to live. Like, do you think you can like take him in? Because he doesn't have a house anymore, and it's really sad. Okay, sure. And then they get to your house, and they're like, "This is my fucking house now, bro." Like, yeah, you know, the master bedroom, real fucking nice. That's my room now, right? And it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, they're like habitual line steppers. They can't fucking stop. There's like no gratitude here, and that's what I've been talking about this whole time, guys. That's been like my entire message, basically. Is gratitude. It's like you need to have gratitude, and there's none here. There's none. No matter what, no matter how you want to put it, you're a guest in this country. You don't fucking walk in. You don't walk in with your muddy shoes and then put your shoes up on the couch. You know, this isn't some Rick James shit. You know, this is what I'm saying. This is ridiculous. And then they expect they want to walk in your house with muddy shoes, step on everything, and then they want you to thank them for it. Like that's like that. Like that's how ridiculous this is. And I don't know how it's possible. Like, how do people keep getting ideologically captured by complete retardation, right? And then you have a bunch of people saying like, yeah, man, so cool. He stepped all over that couch with his muddy shoes. So fucking cool. So true, bro. Like, what are you talking about? It's so confusing. Like, I can't even like my mind can't even like connect like how this is even possible, right? This is wild. It's like the homeowner's like depressed and hates themselves, right? Like the homeowner's depressed, they hate themselves. They think that they're the fucking worst. And then this person comes in and just abuses them, and they're like, yes, right? Like it's sad.
People there, and eventually there is going to be a reaction to that. This is a historical fact that dates back to before history. People just don't like this. And so did you like the song? I mean, what song? He just said the same two things over and over. Either way, comments like this and statements like this is going to be I will tell you guys, the reaction to this is going to be, I think it is going to be worse than anything that you can imagine. That's what I think.
That's kind of true. I think Asmon's cooking. Yeah, because you want to know what the reaction is going to be? The reaction is going to be like the KKK people, the neo-Nazi people that were like, they're trying to replace us and they hate us. It's going to be them pointing at this and saying like, told you so. The fuck? I've been saying this the whole time. You know, they're going to say they hate the white people and they want to cleanse us. We've been saying this the whole time, right? And that's the problem. They're going to validate everything that the Nazis and the KKK have been saying. Like all of the white supremacists, this has been their cry the entire time, was that this was going to happen. And that's the problem. The irony, this is the irony, right? The people that call us Nazis, the people that call us KKK, those are the people that are making them right. It's actually unreal. Like if this isn't dark comedy, I don't know what is. I would be laughing way harder if it wasn't so dark what was happening, you know?
And so UK is anti-white.
Shy says, you know what's crazy, Leaf? It's almost too perfect in how it's happening. Like it's designed to fan these flames specifically.
Yeah, and so we'll see what happens. But yeah, it doesn't excuse it. Well, double standards. Look at their apology. Well, I don't know about an apology. I didn't see an apology anywhere here. And let's see if there's any more of these. He did an apology, nails it. Sons and daughters. Let me see if I can find it. And criticizing Islam can get you jailed there. He's not white. He's probably a Muslim. I don't know what their laws are, but like, I mean, as far as I know, like calling to like kill or you know, calling for death of a group of people like that. I mean, in the UK, right? I mean, they don't have same freedom of speech laws that we have. I'm actually kind of surprised to see that, to be honest with you. It does break UK law, by the way. Yeah, and so what he says is protected. Well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, that's not my understanding of what UK law is, but I could be wrong. I guess we'll have to find out and see. But it's a one-way street in this case. It's okay if it's not them. IDF is the Israeli military. Yeah, I know that. I know it's the Israeli military. But anyway, so any of this stuff happens, I think that we are in for a very, very interesting next 10 years. And the more comments I see like this, the higher the probability I think there is, and the faster I think it's going to happen. Like, I just keep assuming it's going to take longer, but now IDF isn't a group of people. It's not a race or ethnicity. This guy is much better than you. He's much better at what? You've said worse yourself. Well, so this is really what I'm saying, is that it's not a race or ethnicity. It kind of is a group of people, by the way, and the thing is that, again, if somebody said this about any other group of people or anything else, the same people will be crying. I mean, and again, you can get mad about this or say he's better than me or whatever. You can do whatever you want. But I'm telling you that I know what the response to this is going to be. And it's going to be really, really, really bad. It will be. And
again, this is like the perfect ammunition. This is exactly what the white supremacists need. This is like the whole message, right? Of like those white supremacist people is like, oh, they do not want us. They want to take over our country, and they want to ethnically cleanse us. That's basically like what they say, right? This basically gives them the ammunition to point at it and be like, see, I told you the whole time. I was right the whole time.
I can guarantee it. I think that every single time one of these events happens, it gets that much closer and that much faster. And so, yes, it will be. Yes, exactly. Response from who? I think I'll just say it in plain English. I think that what this is going to do is it's going to continue to elect people like this who call for shooting migrants and denying them food and water. I think this guy is going to be seen as a moderate. And
this is like the, again, this is the opposite side of it. This is the opposite side of it. And then these people will be able to justify it. They'll be able to justify what they're saying, because what they're going to say is like, listen, man, you know, this is my ethnicity. They are saying that they want to kill us, right? And that the country, that they're the ones who built our country. It's built on their backs, and that we can shut the fuck up if we want to keep our country. They're the ones saying that. So you know what? Okay, then we'll take it seriously. And that's kind of like where you're going to have like politicians like this, right?
10 years. And you're going to see people that increasingly feel like they're...
Wait, his name is Thanos? Wait, what? Oh my God, his name is literally Thanos.
Their country has been alienated away from them.
Bro.
And I think it's going to cause them to look up to and look for extreme right-wing figures that will use military and violent solutions in order to remove these problems.
Yep. Well, I mean, again, if it comes down to it, right? If you tell an entire group of people that it's us, if you make it an us or them situation, then a lot of people are going to choose us, right? If you're going to make an us or them situation with ethnicity, people are going to say, well, I choose us, right? If you want to have a race war, then like, you know, obviously like, I'm not going to let my people die out, right? And that's what's going to happen.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I hate this timeline, dude. Me too. This is the worst. This is what I've been talking about the whole time, that I hate all of this stuff, because this is what's going to happen, and you can see it happening in real time.
And I think it's going to happen really, really soon. Like, it's going to happen within our lifetime for sure. And so deport them all. Well, I don't know, like Trump. No, Trump is like, if this person is a 10, Trump is a 2.
Yep.
No, absolutely not. And again, everybody thinks this kind of stuff isn't going to happen until it happens. This is the same thing. By the way, a lot of people in like Nazi Germany didn't think it was going to happen. That nobody knew it was going to happen until it was already happening. And then people just basically accepted it. So that's it with perhaps finality. Well, I don't know yet. How is anyone okay with calling for the death of anyone? Well, I don't really care too much about that. I was just saying I think it's against the law, right? That's it. But anyway, so what's going to happen is it's going to alienate more and more people.
Well, okay. Asmongold kind of glossed over it, like calling the death to anybody, right? But that is actually a really big deal. Is again when you're telling people, death to like a specific group and you belong to that group, then it's kind of like, well, okay, I guess we fighting then, right? Because if they call for your death, what avenue is there? Like what more extreme can you go? What more extreme can you go than saying like these people should die? There's like nowhere else beyond that. So what recourse do you have besides violence? That's kind of like what I'm saying.
And then once a large enough contingency of people become alienated, then those people will become militant. And when enough of those people become militant, and if they're organized enough, they will create a political...
I just want to be clear, like I hate this. I hate all of this because, guys, I'm old enough to remember a time when like we weren't like this. I remember a time when racism was bad regardless of who it was towards. Like I said, I grew up in a school that had people of all sorts of ethnicities, right? My elementary school had people of all sorts of ethnicities.
Evolution that will have a tremendously violent reaction.
The Squirrel says the IDF is not a race. That's true, but they're still calling for the death of people from like a specific country. And then on top of that, they did say the thing that he said after is more relevant to what I'm talking about. The stuff he said after about how what did he say exactly? He said, heard you want your country back. Shut the fuck up, basically. Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to happen. Clean up streets. Yeah, exactly. You're wrong. It won't take 10 years, 5 years max. We're after in the EU. I don't know how long it's going to take. I think
he did say from the river to the sea. That's true.
It could go long. What if there isn't a large enough contingency? I think there is, honestly.
Again, I don't know. I don't know enough about like what's going on over there. Like, to be real.
And also, I think that I think that you vastly underestimate how absolutely fucking savage people can be. Like, if you go back and you look at history and like what people used to do and like the way that they used to do it, the kind of stuff that we read about in history books is like, it's very bad, but you should see the kind of shit that they used to do in like fucking, Incan temples, right? It's insane. That's what's never wrong. And again, I've told you guys that this is going to happen. A lot of people, and I've said this is the reason, again, when you make reasonable conversation impossible, you make unreasonable outcomes inevitable. And I think that's exactly where we're facing. And I think that's where we're going with, and not we, I mean, that's where Europe is going. This is my armchair opinion, right? I mean, I don't really know this entirely, but I think that's where things are going right now. And so the more and more it happens, and also here's the
it's because it logically tracks that it's downstream of that, right? Of this kind of rhetoric, like where could it possibly, if you think about like where it could possibly go, and who their message is going to give ammo to, then you can kind of you can make that connection that's where it's going to go, right? You can infer it.
Other thing, it's that I think that Trump is a really great example of this, and also like the anti-woke stuff is a great example of this, is that once people like this have one victory, it acts as a galvanizing force to just like multiply the amount of people that are actually holding these viewpoints.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a lot of people, because this is a component to it.
Like you like once you turn this into like an us or them thing where there is no chance for unity, then you create a situation where completely like moderate people that are like, I don't really believe in that. But once you turn it into like a survival situation, right? You turn it into a situation where they're actually aggressing on you, and saying vile things about you and like your group, then it's kind of like, where do you have to go? Like, what recourse do you have? But to say, well, we're going to defend our group then.
I don't think is really discussed, that's discussed enough, is that a lot of people that are at, these concerts or whatever, these would be people who would be cheering at Nazi rallies too. These people are just simply going with the flow. They're going with what the popular consensus is. They're going with what the zeitgeist is. And
yeah, I mean, if you think about it, right, like the Nazis did happen. That did happen in history, and it did capture an entire like country, right? So it's like one thing that you think about is like people aren't the villains of their own story. Pretty much almost never. You have to have like a complete psycho for a person to actually like be the villain of their own story. They're always the heroes of their own story, right? So you have to imagine like a lot of people that lived in Germany at the time, they actually did believe that there was like some issue that they needed to, and that the Nazis were the solution, right? That a lot of people were ideologically captured in some way to thinking that it was the right thing to do.
And if that was a Nazi flag up there, 80 years ago, it would have been their grandfather up there doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
That's kind of what I was trying to say. Like what Asmon said there is that this is just the next version of it. I've learned recently that it's very easy for people. It's very easy for people to get ideologically captured by a crazy person. It's 100%. It happens.
Statement's valid. Why would anyone call for the death of anyone? Well, I don't really think that, again, the IDF, like, I don't care about the IDF, like, what Israel's doing, like, I don't live in Israel.
Again, like I said, Hitler took over, right?
Why the fuck could I care about Israel? But the point is that calling for that groups of people to be killed and stuff like that, this is violent extremist rhetoric. And I think that if you enter into that realm, you should expect other people to follow you. And the issue is that a lot of the people that enter into that realm, there are other people that if they follow them, it's the same as like the U.S. and Iran. Iran is a powerful country, but when the U.S. just wants to nuke them or bomb them with these bunker busters, the war is over in 24 hours. I don't think people understand like the power dynamics of this entirely. And so we'll see what happens. IDF are terrorists, that's fine. But like, again, I think that like and this is the big issue that a lot of people like this have, is that people like you are so ideologically captured by what's right and wrong that you fail to see the basic human primitive survival mechanisms.
That's what I was talking about. The primitive survival instinct, that once it becomes an issue of life or death, then people will choose their tribe regardless. If you threaten a person's tribe with death, then they're gonna be like, well, I guess I have to kill you first. That's what's gonna happen, basically. That's the kind of environment that these people are creating. And I'm against that. I don't think that this is a good road to go down.
That will come into place.
I've never wanted this.
What's right and wrong doesn't matter. Who's dead and alive matters.
Yep.
And that's who decides every single war. Not who's right or wrong, but who's dead.
Once there's an enemy that wants you dead, then nothing matters, basically. Like the rules of engagement don't matter, right? Like, we talk a big talk about like, oh, like, we would never, like, if we have a new war, we're not going to use nukes. Like, why would we use nukes? Like, that's so bad. I guarantee you, if it came down to the destruction of the United States of America, we would fucking nuke everybody. Are you kidding me? Of course we would. If it came down to like the death of America, they would 100% use everything at their disposal, even if it meant blowing everyone up completely.
And so that's it. And so you can go and make all...
Again, it's easy to say now. It's easy to say now that it would never come down to that. But that's because we're not, luckily, knock on wood, we're not in a situation yet in which like the nuclear option is what we're reaching for.
All these explanations of, oh, but that's not fair and this is hypocritical or whatever. And that's fine. But, again... you're never going to hear those people. History is written by the victors. Yeah, that's it. There is no.
By the way, this is going to sound kind of. This is why I think we need to have military spending. I know a lot of people don't like military spending, but I think this is why, because I would rather be the strongest, regardless of like what you think. Like me as an American living in America, I definitely want us to be the strongest, and I definitely want us to be able to blow up anybody immediately. At the very beginning, before they're even able to bear their fangs at us, they're freaking destroyed. I'm 100% for that as an American.
In survival, there's only survival. And I think when people realize that, you're going to have a tremendous negative reaction with this. And I'm very worried about it too, because I think it's going to be a destabilizing force across the entire world. And I think it will be an overall bad thing too. That's generally the way I see about it. My only reaction to this last decade was keyboard war.
Again, I don't want to use it. I'm not saying I love it when we use it. I'm saying that I like being the one with the button. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, not really whenever you have people like this being elected, right? Like, it's keyboard warriorism until they elect somebody like this who actually, decides.
Guys, would you rather be the team would you rather be the team with the tanks, or would you rather be the team with the Gundams, with the wing Gundams? You'd rather be the team with the wing Gundams, right?
To tell the people with guns to shoot the people
That's
that
what
they
I
don't
mean.
like. And that's what happens. At a certain point, you have to say that objectively, there has to be a point where even being the victor isn't morally right. Being the victor isn't morally right. That's fine, but I'd rather be immoral than dead.
Yeah. The truth is, when it comes to life or death, morality is a luxury, unfortunately.
And most people would. That's just all there is to it. Again, like this is internet logic, internet ethics. All of these things immediately disappear whenever survival is
exactly.
is in consideration. All of the
When you're up against an existential threat, like an enemy that means to destroy you, you have to either A, annihilate them completely, or B, you have to give them a route to normality. You basically have to give them a path of surrender, a path of reasonable surrender. That's an actual real viable option, or you have to completely destroy them. Because if you don't do either of those things, you create an enemy that has nothing to lose.
things just are like, you think about like animals, right? Animals will kill each other. They'll kill, other animals in their own pack. They'll like just brutalize each other. They'll even eat each other, cannibalize each other. And will they do this if everything is great and things are totally fine? No. But the moment that things become problematic or an issue, they'll immediately start tearing each other apart. And so we're not like, I don't believe human beings are like, I don't believe animals come from the earth and, human beings come from God. I think that we evolved from animals, and I think that we still are animals. And the fact is that we can't, you can't get away from that. We romanticize our nature too much. Yeah, I think so. And we saw with the Karen at the Ducks yesterday, they also sexually assault each other. Would you put your survival and life on the line for your family and loved ones? Well, yeah, of course, right? I mean, I think anybody would do that.
Yep.
Or at least most people would. Wild animals will kill babies. Yeah, they'll just kill babies, and they don't even care. It doesn't even occur to them. And you think that people can't go to that level, they'll instantly go to that level, and then it will be justified historically hundreds.
You want to know proof of this, guys? The proof of this is how many people, if you presented them, there's this really interesting, like, kind of moral dilemma that gets brought up a lot, and it goes like this: if you had a time machine, you could go back in time and you could find baby Hitler and you could kill him. Would you do it? That's basically proof of what Asmongold is saying, because I think a lot of people would do it.
Of years in the future, that's just the way it is. And so it's people have no idea how bad it can really get. And
I'm not saying you guys would do it, but I'm saying a lot of people, like, I think if I had to guess, I would say that at least 50% of people would do it. Especially the less they think about morality, right? Like, obviously, like, there's, if you're the type of person that, like, thinks about morality, you think about you think about ethics and morality a lot, and you kind of like go over that in your head. You might be a little bit more hesitant, but I think people that don't do that would just say yes. They would just be like, yeah, of course I'd kill. Of course I'd kill him, right? Yeah.
I feel bad for them because I think they're in for a very rude awakening. They're living life in a distortion.
Yeah. I'm not happy with this kind of stuff happening in the world. Oh, what the heck? Oh my God. Breaking exclusive from Cassie Ekiva. The State Department is already working on revoking visas for Bobby Vylan ahead of the U.S. tour. The U.S. government will not issue visas to any foreigner who supports terrorists. Dang, that's crazy.